Okay, so this is our first live podcast. Janice, you are muted. Of course, I had to say the phrase that we all say on Zoom, you are muted.
We are live! It's like the first time live, like for so long.
Your first live or
Yeah,
this
got
2020?
caption one, no? I now only can see the subtitles. Wow.
Yes, there is.
Hi
Does it-
everyone. Can we see the anyone is here?
Yeah, you can just put your name in the comment. Just let us know that you are here and ready for today's topic, standing for what you believe. And of course, we're going to talk shortly about what is Heart Talk and why we started Heart Talk. And today is our first sessions today. Yeah.
Hi. I couldn't see the people like saying hi to them. Can you see? Like you need to be.
Let me text this, sharing this to places as well. Oh, hi, Jasmine. I think Jasmine is here.
Hi. Hi, Jasmine.
Oh, Kenneth has shared the post, so that's very nice.
Yeah, please help to share this live, our first ever triplets
Triplets things, exactly.
for
Triplets.
trial. Okay, we are here to have some mama chit chat or whatever late night chats about life, about standing up for what you believe is true to you, true for myself. So yeah, so share to more other people, share to your friends, and then we have more people, and then we can go on. It's gonna be just if you have questions about the topic that is or anything, you can actually ask in the chat and we will also answer.
Oh,
Hi, Jenny.
hello, Jenny.
Hello. Hi.
Hi,
Welcome. 欢迎. It should be like national, a bit like multi-language.
Namaste.
Hello. So why are we here, Peggy, today?
Today we're going to have some heart talk with some heart talk.
Heart talk. Oh,
Yeah.
心事, heart to heart talk, right? 講心事. Okay, so what's the topic about?
So today we'll be talking about standing for what you believe. So it's been a while, right? We've been in the drift and we started out with this topic because it's been a lot of hurdles, a lot of challenges. And having this topic is like standing firm, like groundless and staying true to what's in our path. Yeah. So today is like an open coaching session. So we have KH here as our coach. And we are the one that are the hurdles and on the challenges.
Woo-hoo, we have our local Albert Einstein today with us. The Malaysian version.
that haircut, that hairstyle came about simply because of COVID. So couldn't go visit the barber. And before I cut it myself, I thought I'd take a photograph because I began to look like very untidy like that. And the closest, and of course, I want to be like Albert Einstein, right? Only genius have hair like that, right?
EMC square. So what's your equation?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
A realization.
And now we are in 9:01. We can begin.
We already started. Yeah. Hi everyone. I couldn't see the number of the viewer or anything from my side. Can you guys
But
see?
it's okay. We just keep on sharing and spread the word that we are starting this. And also the purpose of listening in to remind you what you believe, what standing up means. Yeah.
Well, three of us are starting this because we come from a community of people with a common interest. And all of us went through an experience of learning to be real, to be authentic within ourselves, and valuing that so much that we want to support each other in, speaking from the heart, right? Because we can speak from a lot of things and try and look good and so on. But I think what really gives us strength, how do I say this? There's something about being real. There's something about speaking from the heart that is, I think, healthy for us, right? So because right now I have been reading Gabor Maté for a while.
Wow.
And Gabor Maté, Gabor Maté has been working with addiction and so on for a long time, you see?
The thing is, I say, well, it doesn't mean I know. I just feel like, what is that? Can you explain?
Oh, okay. Dr. Gabor Maté spent his whole life working in Vancouver with lots of psychiatric patients or lots of patients with addiction issues. Okay. And there's another person on TED Talk called Johan Hari who talks about addiction. So what I learned from these two people about addiction is not about the drugs they use, right? We are told that heroin is very addictive or something like that, right? Heroin is actually morphine. Now, when we go to hospital and have an operation, right, they give us morphine to dull the pain, right? But after we come back from surgery or whatever procedure we have done, we don't get addicted to it. So it is not the substance that is addictive. So what Johan Hari expressed is people get addicted or find something to be addicted to when they are disconnected from their fellow human beings, when they feel isolated. And Gabor Maté expands that, and he says that addiction and now he goes further than addiction, and a lot of diseases come from trauma, right? Now he says trauma is not what happens to you. So sometimes you may have an objection. I know someone who suffered a lot, but he doesn't have all these diseases or addiction. So the trauma is not what happens to you, according to Gabor Maté, but how you react to it. So if you have an adverse reaction to trauma, let's say at a very young age, it can be simply one of your parents not listening to you at a particular moment, but you took that and it cut very deep in your heart when you were 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. Then that is trauma because its effect on you and the way you responded to it is traumatic. And he says trauma, unhealed trauma, is the source of a lot of our dis-ease. That means we don't feel easy anymore. We feel something is wrong. And in his latest book, in one of his books, not his latest book, one of his books called When the Body Says No, he leads us through all the research and also cases where people suffer trauma and they end up with certain diseases, right? So, when you were a child, you sometimes were very imposed upon, like you must be strong, cannot cry, all sorts of things that, a child is very soft, very vulnerable, and you make the child like, you have to grow up very quickly. Mommy can't love you because the world is very cruel. I need to prepare you for a cruel world. And so the connection, because children look for connection and attachment, is not allowed to happen in a healthy way. Yeah. So it ends up with disease. And to cut a long story short, search for Gabor Maté in YouTube, and he will say a lot of things from his books and talk about his book. So his latest book is The Myth of Normal. So in other words, normal people seem successful and all that. They're also suffering from trauma in a way. And that's why cancer and a lot of the so-called lifestyle diseases, diabetes, early death in the mid-40s from heart attack and all that, is possibly connected to trauma at a young age. And you see, what happens is people who, okay, for one example, healing means you need to kind of express your trauma, express your emotions. So a lot, you know, we hear the saying that the good people die young, right? The good people die young. That's right. That's right. And I'm finally beginning to see the reason for it. And Gabor Maté is the one who is leading me to it, who's showing the way. And then you get a young person, let's say a teenager, suffering from lupus. Why this teenager got lupus or other autoimmune diseases? So the group die young because, why are they good? Because they never get angry. They never say the wrong thing. They don't even say a single bad word. They're very nice, right? Now, that means they are very suppressed. So that suppression causes stress in the body, and that stress really screws up the immune system. And they've already connected stress with immune system, because stress is so it causes the immune system to shut down, and sometimes it causes the immune system to overreact because the stress is abnormal. That means, you see, we have certain systems in our body. We have a system called the stress response, which is very important, get us out of danger, fight or flight, and all that. We also have a parasympathetic system, which is the opposite. That's the relaxation response. Normally, we don't see the relaxation response. We only understand stress all the time, right? Yeah. But the relaxation response is when you are able to sleep, when you are able to calm yourself down, or when your body can calm itself down, and then it does the repair. Because every time it's stressed, the body goes through chemical changes that, if not reversed, then will continue to affect the immune system. All right. So that's why heart talk is about speaking what's on your heart, not suppressing it, not hiding it.
Letting it out.
Letting it out, and letting it out, letting it go, you see. So then we look at these people, swear like hell, bad words and all that, and they live long life, you know. It's like, what's wrong? It's unfair, right? But that's the reason. So this old saying, which I heard from my childhood days until now, and finally I'm beginning to understand that there is a physiological, psychological reason behind it. And so the science to look at now, which is very important, because now people are saying how to cure these diseases, because everybody is getting more and more medicated, treating the symptoms. And this area of medical science is called psychoneuroimmunology, PNI. And actually the full name for it is psychoneuroendocrinoimmunology.
Jenny should start swearing. For long life, live long. Probably.
Yeah, so that is what I think, that's what behind this idea of having a heart talk, so that we can surface things and not keep it hidden.
I think the idea here is why we are doing this is to have a channel. Three of us realized that there's a lot of things unspoken daily life, and somehow, you know, when we faces stress, or we faces some trauma or stress, daily life will be stressed. We don't know kind of like who to talk to, who to turn to. And all this, like what Keish mentioned, is all suppressed in kind of your cellular level, and slowly it will become a kind of disease. So, which is why expressing out how you feel, expressing out what's your thoughts, or what's your heartfelt issues, or your opinions, or anything is a good way of releasing what you have inside you. So I believe that this is why we are doing this. And today we are talking about, but today the topic is about standing what you believe, like standing out what I believe in my life, in my in my career, in my workplace, or how do I stand up, even though you know, people against it, people rejecting you, or people say no to it. That's, you know, that's stupid lah. Whatever you're doing is not gonna work. Like how am I going to stay true or stand firm on whatever that we believe, like I believe? And even so, how can we enroll them to see this possibility?
So
right?
let's start
Let's
with
talk about this. Yeah.
what's your struggle? Let's begin there.
Yeah, let's talk about, whoever that has struggles, you can just share it in the chat group, and then if we can pick up some, then we can actually discuss about it, right? Yeah. So
But I thought maybe you share your struggle.
my struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. So my struggle is no, I feel okay. So it's a very generic thing. For me, it's like sometimes when I have an idea of a bigger picture, of creating something that I feel that it's meaningful, and I'm so passionate about it. I want to do this. I want to make it work, right? But somehow when people around you is like, no lah, you know, cannot do lah. Then in terms of daily life, like what I'm currently facing is, you know, people say not every day is a good day. Not every day is a good day. So some days are bad, so it's fine. I feel like now currently, seriously, I feel every day is a bad day. How can I shift this? How can I shift this? Like you know, some people come to me and say, Janice, you always very motivated one. Wow, you very gung-ho one. Actually, sorry lor, I'm just a human being. I am not as motivated, or I'm not as, you know, courage as you guys. Probably there's a projection that I am putting out to protect my own image, but inside I'm hurt. So for now, currently, I'm also facing the true issue, which is like every day I see no results in my workplace, and then I feel I am, you know, trying an error and still it doesn't come my way. So no matter how hard I try to be motivation, you know, be whatever, try to handle my thoughts, go inside me and meditate, but I still somehow I would break down and cry. So what do you think, KH? Like, I would like to listen from you about how in this kind of circumstances, such a hurricane that I'm in, that how can I stand firm and stay strong?
Okay. It's very interesting that you say no result. Result is result, right? So when you say no result, you have a view of what you already decided something, right? And what is it you decided?
I decided.
So what is the result and what is the no result? Everything has a result, right?
Yeah. So I kind of like decided that result that I don't like is a no result.
Aha. It's not what you want, right?
Yeah.
Or what you expect. Okay. Okay. But as you said just now, not every day is a good day, right? So how many not so good days do you need before you decide that it's no result?
It's really like how to say it's like 见不到的 cannot see the sky like that. In Chinese there's one saying.
Okay.
So every day is like now lah, the weather like rainy, gloomy, cloudy.
Yeah. But tomorrow can be sunny, right?
Yeah, tomorrow can be sunny. So
but you say already no result, ma.
So it's like looking at all this weather, you know, and then it's like, okay lah, I hope. Okay, so I also want to ask about I hope tomorrow will be a good day. Am I living in illusion? Can I say I'm in an illusion, or am I having hope?
Okay. Well, you have to decide when is an illusion, no? Okay, let's take a look at some. You are looking at a timeline. You're saying that certain days, not every day is a good day. But when you make a stand for what you believe in, you are looking to the future. You're looking to, over time, at some point, what you are standing for will manifest, will show in your results in a recognizable way. Right? So you say, this is what I stand for. Then in your vocabulary, got result lah. Before that, no result. Okay, so let's say one of our friends, Jerry, is a farmer, right?
Jerry Kwan.
Yes.
Shout out to Jerry Kwan.
So he's a farmer. So let's say he plants some plants. Let's say, I don't know, dragon fruit lah, let's say. And you plant and then you don't see anything visible. You don't see visible fruit, or you don't see how long will it take before a dragon fruit bears fruit, right? If you know, then you will say, no result, never mind, because something is happening. It's growing. When you know the timeline arrives at a time when the fruit should come out and there's no fruit, then you begin to worry, right? So what result are you having all the time before the fruit comes out? Now, if you know the timeline, then you will not say no result until there's no fruit when it's expected, right?
Right.
So the stand you're making, let's say, whatever it is right now, right, that you are having in your mind about what you believe in, and you're talking about it to people, right? It's a stand. That means you are advocating, you are trying to get people on board, right? Right. So if they are not saying yes, right, what's happening? Because when a plant doesn't fruit, it's still growing now. And you heard the story about the bamboo, right? That it doesn't grow for many, many years, and suddenly it shoots up visibly every hour or every day,
Yeah.
Because that's the way the bamboo operates. So depending on what you believe in that you're standing for, right? Is it like the bamboo take a long time? Right? Or is it
I realized
papaya seed 2 days already can see papaya leaves? Got papaya leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the word comes into my mind is I'm being impatient.
Okay.
Yeah, so the expectation of the result that I want is not showing, and I'm being impatient, therefore I say no result. And I kind of like beaten myself up for that. And when you say that, it's like go back to why I'm doing it, why I'm choosing to do this at the first place. Yeah, I think that's a very good reminder for me.
So it's not about the result, it's about how you feel about yourself, your stand, the situation.
And what I'm choosing to be like feeling at this moment, right?
Yeah.
It's like I choose stress, then I become stressed lor. If I choose pressure, then I'm more pressure. At the same time, I can understand it.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing is mostly what am I nurturing into? What am I feeding into?
Explain.
If I'm feeding myself all the fears, all the expectations of results and things that I know that it is there, but I put myself to be having at that expectations, then what am I feeding into that kind of emotions? Am I feeding it fear, doubts, or am I just like, okay, just take one day at a time and step into it? What am I feeding into? What am I nurturing myself in the results? Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree what Peggy says though, because the feeling that I'm feeling about stress, pressure, it's because I'm kind of like choosing fear.
Yeah.
And the fear, it's what if I fail?
Well, your problem will be so you're feeling what if I fail, but your problem will be when do you decide that you have failed?
Yeah. It's like why it's like I already decided I am failing.
Wow.
I already putting that energy into what if I'm failing? So it's like a back door. of not doing this also?
Yeah, that one is kind of like complicated and complex also. But the point is, failure is decided by who, you see?
Me,
Well,
predetermined.
other people got opinions, right?
Yeah.
So it's decided by them also, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even if it's decided by them, failure is decided by who?
Me, no?
Hmm.
Oh my
So
God,
what to
this
do
is
like that?
Huh?
What do you do when you see that now? How do you feel now?
I feel so. It's like I'm so speechless about myself sometimes. It's like the villain in the world, the bad guy. It's
Yeah.
us. It's me. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I'm so good, like expert in talking bad things to myself.
Yeah.
That is wow, crazy.
Okay.
For me not to shine, for me not to show up, for me not to take up that responsibility, for me not to be powerful, not to be authentic, not to be whole. So that conversation inside, it's wow.
You really can't tell, with results sometimes, depending on what you are standing for. So let's take an example of someone who made a stand, and then let's see how you feel about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you heard of Nelson Mandela, right?
Yes.
So what was his stand?
For the people.
Yeah. So to be more precise, his stand was that people of all colors should be equal.
Equal.
And they should live together in harmony and so on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he lived in South Africa, where the ruling power decided that there were 4 classes of people. Whites at the top. Then you have 3 others, which is Asian, black and brown or something. I can't remember. Okay. So color-coded. Okay. Right. And they had something called apartheid, which means separation. So there are buses where seats or buses or even a whole bus where only white people can ride the bus. If there's a train, then certain carriages, white people only, colors and blacks and whatever in between cannot sit there, you see. And black people, let's talk about the blacks, but the colored people, right, cannot live in the cities. They have to live outside. They can go to the city to do all the work because they're all servants, gardeners, domestic help, whatever they work, they do. But they cannot live in the city. The city is only for the whites. Now, so he made a stand, say all people should be equal, right?
Yeah.
How long do you think he would need to maintain his stand to change things? Without knowing the story, like given the situation right now, let's pretend it's apartheid. Now, can you tell how long he will need to make the stand before anything changes?
He wouldn't know, right?
Would he? Would you? For your stand, would you? For your stand, would you? Right?
Yeah.
So if you take his example, he went to jail for 27 years. 27 years. And your project that you stand for, how many weeks was it so far?
Yeah, law. I know, law. Slap.
Well, so in times when we, in times when we can't see, and I'm not saying that you should just be stubborn about it, because Nelson Mandela also, he made a stand. The stand is not permanent and fixed one.
So I have a very fast conversation when you said that, like when you asked that question, it's fascinating that my first thought is like, I'm not him, ma.
No, fair enough, you're not him. Fair enough, you're not him. So we are not saying that we all should
Again,
be
it's so fast.
like
I
him.
realized that thought come into the picture.
Yeah.
You know, where we see people is so successful, when we see people is so, you know, living in their dream of their life, and then it's like, they are lucky lah, you know, that kind of like judgments and all. It's like so fast.
I have been wondering that too. I've been wondering what keeps him going in prison when it looks like he cannot do anything anymore. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
no
yeah,
result,
yeah.
no
What is
result,
the
right?
thing that he holds so firmly?
So what kept him going in prison? Because prison sounds like I cannot influence. So somehow he could influence that. But apart from that, how did he feel in prison such that he could hang on and maintain his stand?
Yeah. How?
I found a quote earlier today, that gave me an idea why. Because prison looks like it's a different situation now, right? It's not normal now, right? Yeah. So, Peggy, can you find that quote, the last one I sent to you?
Yes.
About the microcosm prison.
Okay, it's okay. You just continue to share.
Yeah. So let me read the quote. So let's say you go to, so imagine he went to prison and he's looking at the past many, many years, and you ask him, how did you go through prison when and not give up, right? So
Yeah.
here's his answer. We regarded the struggle in prison as a microcosm of the struggle as a whole.
Wow.
So he's saying in prison, it's the same struggle. It's not a different situation. It's just a miniature version of the struggle in the country. So in other words, you put me in prison, make no difference. We would fight inside prison as we had fought outside. I'm just continuing, you know. The racism and repression were the same. I would simply have to fight on different terms. That's all. And who is to say what he did in prison and how he held himself, how he dealt with the people who were the guards and the wardens and all that, and the other prisoners. Who is to say that didn't influence them and then influence outside also?
Yeah, I think it's also can say the circumstances didn't stop him.
Yeah, because he didn't see the circumstances as different.
Yeah.
I see racism in prison, right? Same what? Same as outside. So what's the difference to me?
He didn't see
I can still
it as
maintain my
his
stand,
thing.
ma.
Yeah.
Because his
He
stand is
can
not
still make
limited
his
to
stand.
stand is not limited to public talking
Yeah.
outside. And I'm just
So it's
thinking,
like making a stand. It doesn't mean that you need a certain condition or situation, then
correct.
only you can make a stand.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like making a stand where whatever I believe, no matter where I am.
yeah.
No
And
matter the
seeing
circumstance.
that the stand is still important no matter where you are.
Mm.
Otherwise, you are performer only, ma. When it's on stage, then you got stand. Off stage, it is not relevant already. You get what I mean?
Then is that is gonna be like an actor.
Yeah. So the thing about a stand is it authentic from yourself? Or is it something that you go because it's the fashion, is to follow? You know? So that is the answer I've been looking for. I've been wondering for a long time. How did he look at prison and still make that stand? Because he didn't see prison as different.
Yeah, I think that's the one big takeaway. It's like, do I eat, sleep, and even blood what I stand for?
No need so
Rather
drama.
than-
No need so drama. Because when you drama like that, it is like when you drama like that, then you can say, I'm not like him, lor.
But he is actually like that. He's like a walking thing, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we don't know in
Okay.
his private moments. I would like to think him as quite human like us. And therefore, we have the same capacity of thinking that way, the same way, and be as persistent as he is. Potentially we have lah. But we don't get there overnight. He built himself up from young. And he was focused. If we have a stand that is fashionable and we look good saying it, then it's not going to last. But if we truly believe in something and we say, I see this as important in every situation with every person I meet, then it doesn't matter what situation it is. You will still talk about it. You will still stand for it. You see?
Yeah. So
So,
awesome.
yeah. So if you haven't read his book or one of his autobiography, you should lah. Because, but you have to read it slowly because, you read it like it becomes very fiction because we are not like him, right? So this is like a superhero that is in the comics that is not real, right? But he did go through it. And I think if we see the human side of his story, then we are closer in identifying with him and then his story can support us.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing your coaching, your coaching for today for me. It's really insightful. And yeah, would like to ask about Peggy. What do you think? Like, do you have any thoughts about today's topic?
Today's topic is mostly, for me, it's what I'm standing from. Even though like go through all the hurdles, like, hello, come on, I didn't struggle like how Nelson Mandela is, but yet what am I complaining for? Yeah. So it is insightful for me in the sense of like, why am I standing for it? It's a kind of reminder. Why am I still believe today and still stand for it?
Wow. So yeah, so that's I think for me it's about like I just shared, it's about why I started it and how am I choosing myself? Is circumstances bigger than me, or or I'm actually can overcome or see possibilities over the circumstances. So yeah. So is there anything in the chat? Are we missing anything?
Well, meanwhile, what I want to say is this, that the stand you make or you take, the stand you make identifies you. So like Nelson Mandela actually didn't have to say very much. When people know his stand, he just keep very quiet and people feel it. Right? All the white politicians in South Africa is like, don't know what to say to him because what he stood for was very clear.
Yeah.
It's like, I could say this to him. I already know his answer. You know what I mean? Because it was so clear. And his stand spoke louder than words. And he was standing for something much bigger than himself. I think that's the key. Otherwise, it's not a real stand. So what makes an opinion and a stand different? Because an opinion is, I believe this lah. So the belief part is the opinion part lah. But you stand for your belief, or rather your belief becomes a stand when it changes you as a person. Yeah. So I think we can bring this to a close. In summary, I would say need to understand what a stand is. And Nelson Mandela is a great example.
Yeah,
And
Edwin actually mentioned in the chat about, maybe struggle is just our judgment of Mandela. He might, maybe he thinks differently. He feels things different. Maybe he's enjoying.
No, I'm not saying he's masochistic.
He is living his
stand was easier.
His stand. So when the purpose is like huge enough, seeing the bigger picture, I don't think we can tie it up with the struggle word to it, right? Because we have a purpose. We know why we are doing, why we are here, why I'm here, and what I'm doing. I think the clarity of doing something that makes a difference. Yeah.
They offered him freedom at one point, but it was conditional upon several things, you see. So what freedom am I being offered when I may be arrested on some minor offense? What freedom am I being offered to live my life as a family with my dear wife who remains in banishment in Brantford? What freedom am I being offered when I must ask to live in an urban area? So in other words, until the apartheid system is dismantled, there's no freedom, even if outside the prison. So maybe that's another way he saw that prison was no different from outside.
Yeah.
So he rejected this conditional freedom. And here is something else, which is like, shows his consistency. So when he was finally released with full freedom, he said this: the truth is that we are not yet free. We have merely achieved the freedom to be free. That means I'm only out of prison, right?
Yeah.
We have merely achieved the freedom to be free, the right not to be oppressed. We have not taken the final step of our journey, but the first step on a longer and even more difficult road. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. The true test of our devotion to freedom is just beginning. So, in other words, if you're free and you don't have a purpose, then it's not very meaningful. Freedom opens the door to something else, even bigger. And so maybe when you talk about your stand, you have the freedom to make your stand, but where is it taking you? Where is the stand taking you? That means the stand must have a life. It's not an opinion, which is just dead, static. The stand is alive. So having a stand, as you say, maybe Nelson Mandela was living a healthier life, going through it the way he did, in a healthy way, with clarity, than people who don't make the stand. Remember, we began our chit chat about you be nice, you be obedient, then you're acting against yourself. He didn't act against himself.
Yeah.
He didn't
I think human body is like when you have a purpose, the body there's a purpose to it. The body actually gets healthier.
Yeah.
Body responds to it.
Yeah. If a person compares to a person living without a purpose, the person might easily get sick, tired. You know? So any more things before we end this?
Yeah, then
any comments, please, Peggy?
Any comments? But mostly it's questions they have been answered. Like because the questions that I asked is today, what are you standing for? And Caleb answers that people deserve to love and to be loved. And Yasha also mentioned that take the long road even when it is not the easiest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Yasha's comment is an echo of his book, Long Road to Freedom. Anyone else? Excellent. That's great comment. I'm so happy you guys are here to join us. We'll be here every Tuesday and Thursday from now on.
Yep.
So
for just like a short while, 30 minutes.
Yeah. So that's why we are ending now. Yeah. Maximum 40 minutes. But we kind of spend a lot of chit chat in front, so I'm taking liberty now, to exceed 40 minutes.
And we also open seat for anyone who willing to be our guest.
Yeah.
And to be in front of the stage for our open coaching as well.
So if you like to be, just put a message,
Sharon. Hi, Johnny.
comment in Facebook, and then you can come in like Janice and Peggy and make life difficult for me as I talk.
No lah, we sayang you one. I sayang you one.
Hey, but I didn't ask you to hold.
I just want a piece of Albert Einstein. Your piece of wisdom.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Yeah. I just happen to have the same type of hair. That's all. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Personally, I'm so happy that you guys are here tonight. All the people there. And did you mention Caleb is here?
Yeah.
Some of you come out from the woodwork from long time ago.
Man xiang hou, Johnny.
Yeah. Thanks, Yasha, and who else?
Thanks for whoever that
Shawal.
Shawwal is here. Wow. Okay. Jasmine and who else?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
I'm
Jocelyn
not
Ding.
seeing things you're seeing.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So let's
All
hope
right, so
that
that's for
after
tonight. We are
today.
wrapping up.
Yeah.
So today it's about what's your standing. So before we end tonight, so think about in life what we are standing in life for. Probably your loved ones, your family. Yeah, just be in tune with that while you go to bed today, and then wake up for a new fresh start tomorrow. So that's all for today, and remember, be true and let your hearts do the talking. Good night. Bye.